Joshua Powell and Susan Cox got married in April 2001. For a brief period following their wedding, Joshua and Susan lived with Stephen, her father-in-law, in South Hill, Washington. Stephen developed an obsessive infatuation with Susan and followed her around the house with a camcorder, used a small mirror to spy on her while she used the bathroom, stole her underwear from her laundry, read her journals, and posted love songs online under a pseudonym. In 2003, Stephen confessed his amorous feelings to a stunned Susan, who rejected him. The Powells then moved out of state soon after, partly so Susan could distance herself from Stephen. They moved to West Valley City, Utah, and then had 2 sons, Charles and Braden. There was tension with Joshua over his refusal to attend church services with his family, and over his continued contact with Stephen, despite his father's ongoing advances towards Susan. Susan's friends also pointed to Joshua's extremely controlling behavior towards his wife and his extravagant spending habits. Joshua filed for bankruptcy in 2007, declaring over $200,000 in debts. Susan recorded a video in July 2008, surveying property damage she attributed to Joshua, and wrote a secret will that included the statements, "I want it documented that there is extreme turmoil in our marriage," and "If I lose my life, it may not be an accident, even if it looks like one." On the morning of December 6, 2009, Susan and her 2 sons attended church services, and then a neighbor visited them at home. This was the last time Susan was seen by someone from outside the Powell household. Relatives reported the entire Powell family missing on December 7th, but later that day, Joshua returned home with the 2 boys and was taken to the police station for questioning.
Did you get the camera?
No, I'll grab it. Totally forgot about it. It's not really too important right now.
Well, I certainly want you to have both.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely we'll take some photographs, those again.
Now, on the way over here, I actually did call my attorneys, and they said I should definitely have an attorney.
What's that?
I called my attorneys, which is prepaid legal,
Okay.
and they said that I should definitely have an attorney.
If I didn't read you your Miranda rights. Have I?
That's what they said.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this then, okay? Do you feel like you're under arrest?
I don't know. I didn't even think it was that. It didn't even sink in yesterday, but I don't know where she's at, and she ain't back yet.
Okay. So you don't know if you don't know if you feel like you're under arrest or not?
I feel like you guys are. I mean, I already told you guys everything I can think of, and I haven't. Oh, and I did think of only one thing. She has another friend that I wasn't even thinking of. It's one of her closest friends is Kiersey.
Okay. Well, let me explain something to you, Josh, okay?
But I can't even think straight.
Okay. Let me explain something to you. You're not under arrest, okay? If you were under arrest, I would have came to your home, I would have put handcuffs on you, and I would have brought you here, okay? So understand that right now. You're not under arrest for anything, okay? The problem that we have and what we're investigating is what? A missing person, right?
You're right.
And that missing person being your wife. And initially this all turned out to be basically missing people, an entire family. And that's why we were notified, okay?
Okay.
And that's why we were at your home. That's why we broke the window into your home to make sure that if there was anybody in there that they were okay, okay? This report came from your mom, which is obviously very concerned, and that was started by the daycare provider.
By the way, she has a key to my house.
Okay.
Daycare provider has a key, so I don't know why they had to break the window when she started it and she had a key.
Okay, well, that was not brought to our attention, obviously, okay? So the concern here is obviously, and you mentioned that we talked.
And by the
Yeah,
way,
we
I
did.
didn't.
We spoke yesterday, got some general stuff from you, all right?
Okay.
I mean, what do you want us to do? Do you not want us to talk to you? Do you not want us to talk to anybody and just leave
Well,
you alone
no,
and
I'm
hope that
not.
she shows up? Is that what you want us to do?
No.
Okay. I mean, I'm just trying to do my job. You know what I'm saying? Who's the closest person to her? Who's the closest
that's
person
me.
to her? Who?
That's me.
Exactly. So you're telling me that you do not want to come in here and talk to me and answer my questions so we can try to figure out where potentially she could be.
They told me that I should have an attorney because you don't know what's going on. They said that I'm, pretty much in over my head.
Okay. You're in over your head because your wife is missing.
Because you guys are already trying to trap me on little things, like my hands, for one.
Taking pictures of your hands showing that there's no serious injuries to your hands is trapping you how?
Well, when you guys were doing it, you're telling me you
I asked you where you got the
implying-
nick on your knuckle,
well,
and you explained that it was dry skin. Okay, makes sense.
dry skin and work. I mean, I just work.
Like I said, you don't have to be here. If you don't want to be here, you can leave. I didn't force you to come here, and I'm not forcing you to stay. Okay? If you don't want to talk, you can leave. You're not
I
under
think
arrest. I haven't read your.
I think it would be a good idea to talk, but I think it might be a good idea to have an attorney.
What's an attorney going to do for you?
I don't know.
Answer your questions for you. I don't need the answers from an attorney. I need the answers from the husband that's closest to this missing person, to Susan. You know her better than I do. You know her better than anybody because you guys have been living together. You're married. You talk to each other every day, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, wait a sec. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so back to being here. Do you want to talk to me about your wife and about you?
I've already
about
told
the
you.
situation.
I've already told you everything. I can't think of anything, and I just, I've been told that having an attorney is a better idea.
Okay. Well, attorney's not an issue, okay? Because I'm not gonna have you call and have an attorney come up here and go through the whole attorney rigmarole because you're not under arrest, okay?
What do you mean? I mean, what do you mean you wouldn't have an attorney?
You use an attorney, okay? What do you use an attorney for? When you're being charged criminally for something, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You use an attorney for if you're involved in a civil lawsuit, right?
Yeah.
All right. We're not doing any of that, right? No. You're not under arrest. You're not being charged for anything. So an attorney is not, the attorney is not an issue. That's not an issue right now. The issue is that you have a wife that's missing. That's the issue. That's the concern. Okay, and that's why I don't understand why you're worried about having an attorney. Because I simply just want to, we spoke last night, but we didn't go into any, a whole lot of details. Okay, I have a lot of questions still. All right, we need to find your wife. I would think that you would want to, help me find your wife.
What kind of questions are they still?
There's quite a few questions. I want to go over, all of her friends again. I want to go over who she talks to. I want to go over her work history. I want to go over where you guys have lived. There's all kinds of things. Okay. Do you not want to find your wife?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. Why are you making this so difficult then?
Well, let's go. If that's the kind of questions, I guess it's fine. We'll just try and,
What are you worried about? What are you concerned about?
You guys, you know, have implied some things, and so it concerns me.
We've implied what?
Well, you've implied that my hands have some kind of defensive wounds on them. Just
Okay.
because they're all cut up, and it's just the way they are.
Okay, so there shouldn't be anything you need to worry about then, right? I mean, if I have dry hands and my hands were nicked up like that because they're dry hands, I don't think I'd be worried about it.
Well, go ahead and ask your
I
question.
mean, do we not have a job to do?
No, go ahead and, by the way, yeah, go ahead and ask the questions.
Okay, you understand, you don't have to be here, all right? And you need to
Okay.
understand that. If you want to leave, you can leave at any time.
All right.
You're not under arrest, I'm not detaining you, okay?
Okay.
If you don't want to be here, you can leave. If you don't want to talk, you don't have to talk.
Well,
I'm just
I want
simply
to
saying
talk,
that I want to
but
find your wife.
I just want to talk, but I'm getting scared.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you haven't done nothing wrong, Josh, if you didn't do anything wrong, there's nothing to be scared about. Right?
Well, I'm scared about the possibilities
Okay.
of what's happened.
Well, I'm worried about possibilities of what happened too. Because I have no idea where she's at, and you don't either. And that's why I need your help.
All right. Yeah, go and ask the questions.
Let's start off on how long you lived here. How long you guys have lived in Utah?
About 5 years.
When did you move?
Let's see, it was 2009. Might be 6 years now. Seems like it was maybe it was 3, late December, November or December of 03, I think we came.
Okay. December of 2003
It
is when you
seems
guys
like
moved
it.
here?
I mean, that's the best I can recall.
Okay. Where did you guys move from?
What? What? Washington State.
Okay. Where in Washington State?
We lived in Yakima. We're managing a retirement facility.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Actually, we met at called Institute of Religion.
That's where you guys actually met?
Well,
Institute of
technically
Religion?
no, but that's when we met for real
Okay. Is that in Washington State?
in Tacoma.
How old
Puyallup
were you?
area.
When was that? What year?
2000.
Okay. All right. When did you guys get married? What year did you get married?
2000. It's probably in a blank. I think it was 2000, but either that or it was 2001.
Okay.
And it was in April.
April?
Yeah, actually April 6th.
Okay. All right. So you guys met in the Institute of Religion in Washington State. You guys got married in April of 2000 or 2001, right? And you guys lived in Yakima.
Actually, sorry, I was going backwards. We lived in Tacoma
Mm-hmm.
in an apartment, and then we lived in, I think, Spanaway in an apartment. I think we moved to Yakima a time or two. We stayed with family, both her parents and my dad. Then we moved to Yakima because we're managing a retirement facility.
Mm-hmm.
we moved to Olympia, managing another retirement facility. And then we moved to, I think that's when we moved to Utah.
Okay.
After that.
And you say that was, what was that, 2003, right? December of 2003?
I think so.
Okay.
It seems like 2004, March-ish, we bought our house.
Mm-hmm. Which house did you buy?
Well, that's the house.
Okay, so when you moved here to Utah, you bought the house in Sarah Circle?
Yeah, and we stayed with family until then.
Which family did you stay with?
My sister.
Jennifer. Okay. Was Jennifer living with your mom at the time, or was she living away from your mom, or do they live together?
No, they lived together, but they didn't at the time.
Oh, okay. All right. So
She only moved here, my mom,
Mm-hmm.
maybe last year.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what brought you guys to Utah?
Just, oh, sorry, what did you say?
What brought you guys to Utah?
Just getting away and not too far from family, but getting a little farther from family, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Where'd you go to school? Where'd you go to college? Did you go to college?
That was before we met, but I went to the UW, Pierce College, and the Eastern Washington
Mm-hmm.
at different
Okay.
times.
Okay. Do any sports, or what did you get a degree there?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you get a degree in?
Associates, and then I got a business degree.
Okay. Alright. So you moved here in 2003, stayed with your sister for a little while, and then you bought that house over in Sarah Circle, and you've lived there ever since, right? Okay. What were your guys' employers when you moved here in Utah?
None.
You didn't have a job? And and Susan didn't have a job? Okay. So what was your first employers? Yours and Susan's?
Veritude, which is Fidelity. It's our temp agency.
A temp agency? That was for you?
Both.
For both of you? Okay.
Yeah, we both were. We worked in different departments. I only lasted a while,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a month, because it was data entry.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very fun, does it?
No, speed is not my specialty.
Okay. And explain to me in more detail as far as where you guys got jobs after that, you and her. Okay. All right. So what are some hobbies that you and Susan are interested in?
Well, I like woodworking
Mm-hmm.
and art, and usually I like working on the house. You know, not fixing, but building the deck and things like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Susan likes art.
She likes what?
She likes art.
Oh, art. Okay.
She likes crocheting. She likes Facebook. If you can call that a hobby.
Yeah.
She likes her kids and, you know, being with them. Well, and obviously I do too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We just like to go to usually the cheap places. Not always, but we got a zoo membership.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, we've gone there about 4 or 5 times, or 6, or I don't know.
So those are some hobbies that she likes, she enjoys.
Oh, and we eat out on kind of a regular basis.
What?
Sometimes we eat out.
Oh, okay.
A little bit more often than we should.
Yeah. Well, don't we always like that? Eating out always tastes better, don't
It kind of does.
Unless we get a bad restaurant.
They usually put enough fat in it that we don't put in it that it's better.
Yeah,
tasting.
exactly.
But it's also cheaper, and sometimes because we go to Del Taco
Yeah.
for Tuesday, and we can eat our whole family for $5.
Really? Wow.
$4.70.
What are some other things
for
that,
$4 or $5
Yeah.
plus tax.
what are some other things that she likes to do? I mean, we talked about some hobbies. What are some other things that she likes to do?
Makeup. She has a club or something. No, not a. She has friends that she does it with.
Okay.
She has a. She had a food party.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to have everyone over,
Mm-hmm.
taste food. So we did, and got a little bit of food from that.
Tell me everything about her. Things that she liked to do, places she liked to go, places that she liked to revisit, that she would frequently go to.
She'd go to her friend's houses, most of which I already told you.
Which friend's house would you go to the most?
She goes to them all.
Yeah, but there's got to be more of a, like a person's more frequent. I mean, we all have.
It
like,
rotates.
We all have friends.
It kind of almost rotates. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's another.
Okay, who's it been the last 3 months?
The Petersons, she's talked to quite a bit.
How about going to their homes and visiting? Who would
Yeah, I
be
found
the
her.
most frequent?
I found her over there a few times.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had to go pick her up because of, well, it's just dark. And I didn't want her to walk with the kids home all the way home, you know?
Yeah.
Judy Wade comes over all the time,
Judy Wade comes over to your house.
and then she goes over there sometimes.
Okay.
Debbie, the daycare lady,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Debbie, daycare provider.
been hanging out with her regularly.
Okay.
Like a couple times a month or something, it seems like.
Okay. Okay. What?
She used to go over to Kiersey's all the time, but I don't know if they really get together in person a lot. Oh, and she likes to go to the crochet club.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a crochet club in the church.
Okay.
She goes to all kinds of activities with the church. She likes to sing at the choir.
Okay.
Oh, and that sometimes she leaves again for that. Usually Sundays, sometimes weeknights.
Yeah.
She likes to go out with girls' nights. Oh, Tara Allred and Allison St. Louis. I forgot to mention them. I don't know if you.
How close was she to them?
They all seem like they're close with her.
Okay. Let's go through this real quick. Give me a list of your checking accounts, credit cards that you guys have. Let's go back to the kids and her and you and You stated that, she loved the kids, she loved doing things with the kids. Tell me more about the relationship between her and the boys.
Well, she loves them. I mean, we both read them stories. We just would prefer to take them. A lot of people like to leave the kids home and get away.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're the opposite. Of course, we work, so we don't want to get away from them. We want to get back to them.
Exactly.
And that's the way she is with the kids. Just, she likes to do art with them.
Mm-hmm.
She saves their little drawings, which I do too, but she's making a baby book for them.
Mm-hmm.
Each of them, yeah.
That's awesome.
And then she reads that to them, sometimes for stories.
Mm-hmm.
She always likes to buy them toys, like at the dollar store,
Mm-hmm.
which is annoying because they suck. So we got
Dollar quality.
I'm like, if you're gonna buy a toy, buy a nice one. But then again, if she's gonna buy it every time she goes out, whatever, the kids like it, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, she likes to help them pick up the toys and learn how to do all these things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we watch a movie with them, usually at home. Sometimes we go out to do it. Usually, well, I say usually, but it's almost always at the cheap theater.
Yeah.
Because I just won't do it. I mean, the daycare provider apparently takes them to the expensive theater.
Mm-hmm.
But and she's like, it's too dirty. And I don't want to put your kids in that filth. And I'm like, I mean, I don't want to let them eat off the floor.
Yeah.
That would be disgusting in any theater. But I just can't see it, you know, so we buy them on DVD, stuff like that.
So she enjoyed being with the kids as well as yourself and doing things with them when you guys weren't at work, right? Okay.
We just find family activities that are fun. Oh, and we go feed the ducks all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I have an RC car. Sometimes we go out and drive that, although she's not as fond of the RC car.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah. Okay.
But she does love the fact that I have it scaled down to the kids' speed.
Right.
So they can actually grab the remote and drive it.
Okay. What do you guys usually do? What do you like to do? What do you do most frequently together as a family when you leave the home? I mean, you'd mentioned the zoo. You mentioned going out to eat, movies. Is there any other stuff, any outdoor activities that you guys frequently go do?
Well, mostly going out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
We do that on a regular basis, and I actually I kind of have to go out with my friends at work, you know. Partly want to, partly have to.
Mm-hmm.
Well, feel like I have to. It
Right.
doesn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's once a week, but I mean, we usually just go as a family to eat, you know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, she's gone out to eat.
What about
She-
outdoor activities like on the weekends? What do you guys, I mean, do you guys frequently leave the home on the weekends or go out and do outdoor activities overnight or during the day?
I mean, I go camping with my sons. I made a goal. My dad didn't do it,
Okay.
and I
We're
decided
coming,
to do it.
let's see, what's almost the end of 2009. How many times do you think you guys went camping this year?
3 or 4.
Okay. All right. Not just
And it's just
sporadic
overnight.
through over the
Yeah, just
year?
sporadic. I mean, I think last year I did it 2 or 3 times.
Okay. So you say 3 or 4 times over the course of a year would be common?
I try to go more frequently, but
Right. Yeah, just
my
time.
kids begged me, and
I went once this last year, so just time doesn't permit really a whole lot. Okay.
We go to the fair.
Okay.
We go to the different kind of things that happen in this kind of events.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in the valley.
Yeah, around the valley.
Okay.
We went down to that, Wheeler Farm.
Okay.
Went down there a couple times. I really like that place,
Yeah, it's nice. Okay, well, we've talked quite a bit about everybody, you, her, the kids, what you guys like to do. And I appreciate you talking with me about that because it kind of gives me a little bit of insight as far as, the things that she likes to do, places she likes to go, people who she likes to go visit. Okay. Let's start with Friday. Okay, did you guys both go to work on Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm guessing that the kids probably went to daycare?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start with, you took her to work on Friday?
Yeah, we get
Well,
up in the morning.
How did that routine go to you?
Basically, we get up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
We pee the kids. At least we try.
Mm-hmm.
Load them up, drop them off at daycare.
Okay.
Then I drive over to her work, drop her off, and then I drive to my work.
Okay.
And then I'm there throughout the day. Then she, let's see, sometimes I go home after work, and sometimes I go straight to her work. Because I work in the same direction as her.
Okay.
It's probably only a mile out the way.
Right.
And she's I'm probably maybe 7 miles.
Okay.
And she's probably 10, whatever it is, she's a little further,
Okay.
just in the same direction.
So as far as Friday, you guys got ready, dropped the kids off at daycare, you took her to work, dropped her off, you went to work, and then did you go pick her up and then go home, or did you go home, go to the daycare?
I think I picked her up.
Okay. So you picked her up and
I
then
think I might have picked up the kids first.
Okay,
Picked
well,
her
that's
up.
not that important. But that's common routine, right? Is what we just talked about, and you do that Monday through Friday?
Yeah.
Okay. What about, let's start with Saturday. Okay? So, start Saturday with me and start from the time that you guys woke up till lunchtime and explain to me what you guys did Saturday morning up
We did
until
a party.
lunchtime.
Oh, we went and did activities with the boys.
Okay.
We went to Home Depot. And then we went to Lowe's, and we built a, I can't remember what we built this time.
Okay.
A wagon. Oh, it's a wagon. We're doing a gingerbread house for Lowe's. I just picked it up. Then we went to a church party, basically. Breakfast, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We ate pancakes and eggs. Oh, yeah, eggs and hash browns. They did some activities. Kids started making another chain, paper chain. That's about it. And then we went home.
And this is between morning to noon, right? Or
I think it
lunchtime?
was about 12 or 12:30.
Okay.
She had to work in the afternoon, so
On Saturday?
yeah, and so she started to drive to work, but she had the boys' wagons, and so they were screaming about it. So she was only a few blocks away, and she brought them back.
Okay. And that's afternoon? Or is that in the morning?
No, that was noonish.
Okay. So was there
And then
anything else
Then the
between?
traffic might have been slow because of
Okay.
the snow.
Was there anything else between, from the time you woke up until noon that took place? I mean, any arguments, any disagreements,
No.
anything like that?
Mm-mm.
All right. So let's go from noon until bedtime on Saturday, and walk me through step by step on from noon to bedtime. And include, if there's any arguments, disagreements.
Johanna was over Saturday because we took her kid, and she has a 10-year-old. Then she stayed over to, hang out, and she wants her kids to see how to build a deck and all these little things,
Mhm.
I mean, that was basically it. I mean, we just hung out until Susan got home.
What time did she leave?
For some reason, I was thinking that she stayed longer.
Approximately what time did she leave for work?
Oh, Susan?
Yeah.
She noon. I think
Okay.
she
What
might
time
have
did she
been-
get home? Approximately.
Yeah, I think she was, maybe 11:30.
At night?
No, morning.
Okay, what time did she get home from work?
6.
Okay.
Like ish, 6-ish.
What time did Giovanna get there on Saturday?
12
And she left at what
or
time?
1.
Did she stay there for a long period of time, or did she just pick up her kid and leave?
I actually brought her kid to that place and to the party, and then I drove him to my house.
All right, so
And
Giovanna
then she
didn't
came
come
and met us an hour or something later, maybe.
at your house?
Maybe 1. It's hard to say. Something like that.
All right, so Giovanna came to your house on Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay. And she came over while Susan was at work.
Yeah.
Okay. And did she
well,
stay there for a significant amount of time?
Yeah.
Okay.
5 or 6
Okay.
hours, I think.
She stayed there for 5 or 6 hours? Okay. And what did you guys do in that time frame? You said you just waited around for Susan to get home?
No, we were just working on stuff.
Okay. What kind of stuff were you working on?
Well, building a picture frame. Just trying to clean up, generally.
Okay. Sorry, it just sounds odd. Why did you come over and help clean your house?
No, just to do work, woodworking.
Okay.
But the problem is there's no room to get all the tools out sometimes, so you just have to make room sometimes.
So Susan gets home around 6, you say?
Yeah.
Saturday night? Okay. Let's talk about from the time that she got home to the time you guys went to bed. Tell me everything you guys did that night. What you guys talked about, what you argued. You're sitting here thinking.
We didn't.
I know you're
we
thinking.
didn't. We weren't arguing. We had a babysitter. I think her son Alex was babysitting, and I can't remember what. Can't remember what we were doing with the babysitter there.
Okay. So you don't remember what you guys did from 6 o'clock till you went to bed on Saturday night?
I just don't remember what activity we were doing.
Okay. Is there anything that you remember from that night? Well, we got home and Alex had the kids up. Well, sort of. They were supposed to be in bed, but they weren't. Okay.
She wanted them in bed, so we had to get that done. I think we watched a movie.
Okay.
Probably Santa Claus 2.
All right. Is there anything else from that night that you remember? Okay. Let's move on to Sunday. From the time that you woke up, from the time you guys woke up until she came home from church. Let's talk about everything that took place, what was said, what was done, between the time you woke up to the time she got home from church on Sunday.
Not a whole lot was said or done in the morning. I mean, a lot of times we sleep in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think she just got the kids ready and left.
What time?
Probably 9:50, I guess.
Okay.
Seems like it was a 10 o'clock church.
Okay. No problems that morning, no arguments, no disagreements, no talk about her leaving, going and doing something?
No.
Anything during the day or that night? What did you guys talk about that morning?
She wasn't.
Did you guys speak to each other?
I don't
that
even
morning?
think she did the choir.
Okay. Did you guys speak to each other that morning before she left to go to church?
I mean, nothing significant. I mean, we probably just, I mean, we didn't talk, we just.
Okay. So nothing was said to you out of the ordinary from her, or nothing nothing of interest. Okay.
I mean, she might have asked if I was coming to church, and I don't know, I didn't even feel like walking,
Okay.
because you can't park there during the state conference.
Okay. So she gets home about, what time does she get home from church with the boys?
5 or 10 after 12.
Okay. So a little after 12 o'clock, 12 p.m. Okay. And from that time, tell me what transpires. Tell me everything that happens when she gets home. I want you guys to talk about if she calls anybody, if she does anything, if she leaves the house. Tell me everything that takes place.
I went to the store,
Mm-hmm.
picked up
After she got home?
some kind of food, I don't remember what. I actually drove her home, because I drove up about that time, and she was walking with the boys and so, and she was only a couple blocks from home, but I, got them in the car,
Mm-hmm.
drove them home,
Okay.
and I went to the store. Seems like it might have been Winco.
Okay.
I can't even remember what I bought,
Okay.
but it was something to eat. I bought yogurt. There was something I was missing. Anyway, I made an omelet.
Okay.
When I got back, I made some kind of an omelet.
What was going on in the house when you got back? What was Susan and the
Just-
boys doing?
Just normal. I mean, the kids were playing, and she was just. I think she was watching TV.
Okay.
So I made an omelet and some kind of pancakes, and I put cream cheese in them. I think that was all. Oh, and then she called Giovanna. Anyway, Giovanna came over.
Mm-hmm.
She had some pancakes too. I guess Susan was feeling tired when she got home from church, so by that time she decided to take a nap. Maybe 3 or 4.
Okay.
Probably 4. Then Giovanna hung out for a while. I was just trying to get the sleds and everything ready, and trying to make sure I got all their change of clothes. Didn't really have a plan in mind, so I was trying to prepare for everything, I think she woke up around 6:30. Then we ate dinner. Then my son was asleep. The 2-year-old he didn't even eat. He was just too tired.
Mm.
So then he slept for a while on her, and then he got moved. Seems like maybe to the couch and then the bed.
Or was she napping at?
On the couch. Oh, no, she was sleeping in our bed.
Okay.
Um,
What time did Giovanna leave?
five or six, I don't know.
Okay.
And Susan actually was exclaiming how, you know, how much she appreciated the breakfast and, the lunch and dinner.
Okay.
And then I think after that I did take Charlie because I tried not to break the promises to him. And we went sledding. We just went to a local Whittier, by Whittier.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went home.
What time was that at?
I think we were home by 8:30 or 9.
Okay.
Something like that. It was just time to start stories and teeth brushing, So then, and I was talking to my son about s'mores. He was just super excited about cocoa and s'mores. There's snow. Gotta eat cocoa. It's Christmas. Then we watched a movie. Well, no, actually, then we she wanted the couch cleaned, so I did the rug doctor. We try to do something each week, It's too hard if it's all wet at once, when it dries slow. So then we watched a movie. And I think that was probably Santa Claus 3.
Mm-hmm.
And then we finished up the movie. I talked to her about taking the boys to do s'mores and try out the new generator,
Mm-hmm.
And she went to bed. I finished packing and loaded them up. And then we just, just like the morning routine, I just tried to pee them and left.
So when, so you cleaned the couch, and she wanted you, what, was the couch dirty? Was there a stain on the couch or something, or?
It's just all the goobers and snot from kids who wipe their nose on it, and
Okay.
they just do brutal things to the furniture. In fact, the other couch needs it too.
Okay. And when you talk to Susan about taking the kids and doing s'mores and generator, tell me more details on that conversation.
She just, I told her that I wanted to, and she just said, as long as you have a heater, you can't take the boys out in the cold without heater. I was like, yep, I got my generator.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That was it?
That's basically, I mean, it wasn't a long conversation.
Okay. She didn't inquire as to when you'd be back, when you're going, where
Well,
you were going?
I told her I'd be back, so I'll just come back tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then with the snowfall, I got a little later in the morning than I was planning. Plus the boys were loving it, you know. We kept seeing deer and sheep, all these stuff, all these things that they just eat it up, you know.
Right. Did you make arrangements? Did you guys talk about arrangements for her getting to work?
I was thinking it was gonna be Sunday, and I didn't even think about work.
And her?
I guess it didn't cross her mind at the time.
Okay. And then what time did you say that she went to bed?
Probably 12:30-ish.
Okay. Was there anything said before she went to bed? You guys talk about anything else before she went to sleep?
Just hugged and say goodnight, that's about it.
Okay. What, sorry, I got this phone. What about, was there any other discussions, any other talk throughout the day that I should know about
I just can't think of
between
any.
the two of you?
No, we didn't fight or anything.
Any other discussions, any other talking about anything that would be important?
Nothing significant. I mean, I think she was chatting with Giovanna. I can't even remember what conversations, you know.
Mhm.
I probably jumped in a few times, but and mostly I was just making lunch,
Okay.
so I was actually in the other room.
Okay. You talked earlier about how kind of sporadic throughout the day and early afternoon you were packing the vehicle and getting things ready for this trip. Tell me everything that you packed and put inside the vehicle.
Uh, 3 pairs of clothes for each boy, and for me. Heaters. I actually grabbed the humidifier because, you know, it's pretty nasty this time of year. Generator. Some wood. Fire extinguisher. Lighters. Bunch of camping gear. Sleds were already in there, so I just kept them in there.
What kind of camping gear?
I couldn't even tell you at this point. It's a box.
Okay.
I mean, I just grab it and assume whatever I need is going to be in there when it's ready to be used.
Okay.
And mostly the things I use are on top, you know, like the s'more sticks and Although I don't necessarily use those either because it's just easier to grab a stick and then burn it.
Yeah. Okay. What else did you put in there?
Some cords. Flashlight. I don't know, just a bunch of stuff.
Okay. Cords, what do you mean by cords?
Just cords so I can plug in the,
Electrical cords?
yeah.
Okay. And what's the bunch of this other stuff?
I don't know, I mean.
Oh, come on, Josh. You remember putting cream cheese in a pancake, and you tell me you can't remember what you put in your car?
That's basically all the significant stuff. Oh, gas.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Tarps.
So-
I get some tarps.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? Remember?
Nothing significant
All right.
that I can think of.
Okay. What time did you,
Oh, food. I mean, we had food.
okay. What kind of food did you pack?
Yogurt, cheese,
Mm-hmm.
hot dogs, marshmallows, graham crackers.
Mm-hmm.
Probably about it.
Okay. And what time did you guys, what time did you say you left your house?
Seems like it was 1:30 or 2.
Okay. And, so you leave the house, and, I just need to know the exact route, what you took, where you went. If you stopped and got fuel, if you stopped to get food, if you stopped anywhere, I need to know where you stopped. So walk me through your route, where you stopped,
I don't think I stopped anywhere.
where you went.
I just went through Tooele and just headed south.
Okay, so I need to know your route. I mean, I need to know like where, you say you went through Tooele, you can get to Tooele 2 different ways. How did
80.
you get to Tooele? Okay. So you left your house and you used Interstate 80
Yeah.
to Tooele?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And I mean, I just headed south
Mm-hmm.
and found my way onto a Pony Express route, and that was it. Then I just pulled off into some trail.
Mm-hmm. So you just took I-80, went through Tooele, and you went to the Pony Express route. Sorry, the phone keeps, gotta kind of screen these calls. And you didn't stop anywhere?
I don't think so.
Okay, so you're saying you already had a full tank of gas, you didn't have to fill up?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, I had a tank of gas.
Okay, so you didn't have
I
to?
think I might have gotten it the day before or the day of or something, I don't remember.
Okay. All right. So you drove out the Pony Express Trail. You didn't, no stop for food, gas, nothing, right? Okay. And you get the Pony Express Trail. Obviously, go east, or sorry, west, right?
Yeah.
And how far west do you go?
I honestly
Do you
wasn't even
think-
paying attention, but I just drive, and if anything looks good.
I've honestly, to be honest with you, I've never been out there. I need to make a trip
I haven't been
there,
out there
but I
too
haven't
often.
been out there, so
It's a nasty
I don't know.
road.
Okay,
but
so I don't know if there's like any landmarks, if there's camping
There's
grounds
not.
all along the road.
I don't
If
think
there's,
so.
are there roads that come off of the Pony Express Trail and go south and north? No.
There's just trails that you can. I don't know. I've only been out there 3 or 4 times. And
Okay, well, you've been out there most recent before I mean,
Yeah.
pretty recent, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're.
But it was also snowing, and so I was pretty focused on the road,
Okay.
looking for a turnoff. Like I say, I just found a trail, and
Were you concerned with the snow, knowing that there was a snowstorm coming in?
yeah, I was.
In a minivan?
Actually, the minivan handles like a 4x4.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go some serious off-roading with that minivan.
Okay. So, I mean, wasn't that a concern with the storm coming in and it was already snowing?
It wasn't already snowing when I left.
No, it was snowing when you got out
It
there.
was, yeah. And so I was watching the road, and I'm going, how thick is this gonna get?
Mm-hmm.
And, are we gonna get stuck? And then I thought, well, what are the odds that it'll be anything that'll get us stuck out there?
Mm-hmm.
And we have the generator and the heaters, and so it's like, well, we can risk it.
Yeah.
We're already here, what the heck,
Okay. So about how far do you think you went west on the trail? If you had to guess.
I don't know. Maybe 20 miles, or who knows.
Okay. So maybe 20 miles? Okay. Then just walk me through it from that point all the way up until you left that area.
Well, I just stopped, set up the generator just on a tarp, and plugged in the heaters, got some sleep.
Just right there on the trail?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You keep mentioning these heaters. What kind of heaters?
Just a heater, just a
But-
space heater.
A space heater you plug in?
Yeah.
And you just plugged it into the generator and
Yeah.
left it in your car?
Well, the generator out, but the car, the heater's inside.
Hmm.
You can't run a car with the engine. You can't sleep in a car with the engine running.
Yeah.
Although I've done it a few times.
Okay.
But usually if you fall asleep with it running, you're taking a gamble. But
Okay.
with the generator, it's sitting off to the side, and so it's not really that close.
Okay. So you set up the generator and you set up the heaters and you sleep, right?
And actually I did also the humidifier.
Okay. And
Then we
then,
woke up
sorry.
dawnish after the light.
Mhm.
And we did a little campfire. Hung out, drove all our creation.
Okay. You just do the campfire just right there on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you
Just,
use for the campfire?
Just wood. Just some crappy wood that I had.
Okay. So you have the campfire. What do you do with the campfire?
just hung out for a few minutes, had a marshmallow or two, and that's about it.
Okay. And then what?
Well, and the boys just wanted to drive all over the place, and then occasionally get out and go see stuff. We did drive out to that that campground out there. We looked at a stone building.
Okay. That's near a campsite?
Yep.
Or a campground?
That's about as far as we went.
Okay.
And then,
You say that's about as far as you went? Did you go a little bit beyond the stone building, the
No.
campground area, or is that as far as you went? That's the
No,
farthest you
that's-
went?
yeah, I pulled off into some little, they have a little rest, like an outhouse.
Mm-hmm.
So I just stopped by there and, anyway, then it was getting kind of late, so I told the boys it's time to go. And
Mhm.
they didn't want to go, but what the heck, you know? All day they kept saying, "No, I don't want to go home. Let's go camping some more."
Yeah.
We saw all kinds of deer,
Mm-hmm.
tons of deer. Apparently they come out in the winter, I guess, I don't know. Had a bunch of sheep that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they were herding them. The dog was herding them. Some kind of a big dog. We had to wait for those to get off the road. It was pretty cool.
Okay. That's, so you just basically, you stayed on the Pony Express Trail, there's no trails that come off of it, right? Off of the road?
Well, just the trails, yeah, I mean,
Did you
Drove.
just drive on the road straight out to this campground?
no, we drove into the trails,
Okay, so you drove on some of the trails then?
yeah.
Okay. How could you see the trails with the snow out there?
You can tell.
Can you? Okay.
Some are wide, some are narrow, I don't know. They're, you know, the narrow ones, you can't, you drive them on a four-wheeler, but
Mhm.
some of them you can drive with a car and other vehicles.
Okay. What time was it you say that you thought it was starting to get too late and that you had to start coming back?
Probably 11 or 12, I'm guessing, or something like that.
And that's when you started coming back towards Salt Lake?
Yeah, but we drove to Lehigh
Right.
to get home.
Okay. So when you're out there and you create this fire, how do you start this fire? You have the wood.
Just light the fire. A little kindling and let it go with a lighter.
Mm-hmm. So no paper or gasoline or anything, you just add some kindling and started the fire?
Well, I had some paper.
Okay. Did you burn quite a bit of wood there? Was there quite a bit of wood that was burnt there, or how long did you say you guys sat around the fire?
Oh, I don't know. Probably a couple hours.
A couple hours. Okay.
Just off and on. I mean, they were playing and stuff, you know.
Right. Okay. Okay, let's talk about, so coming back, you say around maybe 11 or 12, you thought it was time to leave, and you started coming back. Walk me through that from that time up until, just tell me that where you drove to, where you stopped, who you called, who you
It was
spoke
on the way
to.
back. I didn't call anyone until I got out to Lehigh. I'll actually pass, well, to the freeway, I think. I just head north, you know, just head east and north.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw a Lehigh sign, so I was like, take Lehigh. Stopped to wash the car. Because, you know, they get pretty dirty out there.
Right. Where'd you stop and wash the
when
car
it's
at?
snowing and raining.
Yeah. Where'd you stop and wash the car at?
Just the first car wash I saw.
Where's that at?
I guess it's in Lehigh.
What road were you on?
Couldn't tell you. That one that comes through Lehigh.
Okay. What was the car wash like? What kind of a car wash was it?
What was this? Self-serve.
Self-serve?
Yeah.
Okay. What was the name of it?
I have no clue.
How'd you pay for the
Just
services? Okay. So when you say self-serve, is that, describe what it looks like?
Just garages that you can pull into and wash.
Okay.
You just get your pressure washer and
No attendant that's there, no gas station? Okay.
no, they're,
How many bays are there?
I don't even know. There's a handful.
What side of the road's it on?
North.
Okay. So, if I remember correctly, you had to use Redwood Road to get to that road that takes you through Lehigh, right?
No,
No?
Redwood, I think runs north-south.
Right. So the road that you're on that you was coming out of,
That was east-west.
yeah, that road runs straight into the main road that runs into Lehigh?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you come through the intersection there at Redwood Road and this road that you're on, do you know what I'm talking about? That area?
I'm sorry, what? Oh, you're talking about on
The crossing roads of Redwood Road and the road that you're on that takes you into Lehigh.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
Okay. Well, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get an idea of where this car wash is at.
I mean, it was just the first one I saw.
Okay. Well, I'm sure if I showed you a map, you'd be able to point out the route you took, right?
I assume so.
Maybe. All right. Well, let's move on. So you stop, wash the car, and
I
then
mean, I don't know how many roads there are going to Lehigh. I don't think there's that many.
No. What are some other buildings that are around this car wash? Describe the area to me around there. What does
I
it
don't
look
know.
like?
I just, you know, at that point we were thinking about lunch and I wasn't really thinking about too much else.
Okay. It's snowing at the time, right?
No.
It's kind of flurries.
Maybe, yeah. I don't think it was snowing during the day.
Okay. So after you're finished at the car wash, then what?
Oh, actually, there were flurries. No, you're right. There were flurries. Got lunch.
Where at?
McDonald's.
Which one?
That one was right next to the freeway.
Where at? What freeway? I
What is it, 15 going south, going north?
Mm-hmm.
Just west and south.
Where, like in Salt Lake or?
Well, Lehigh.
Lehigh, okay. So McDonald's, I-15, next to the freeway there in Lehigh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How'd you pay?
I think probably cash.
Do you typically always pay cash for everything?
I mean, things like that I do.
Okay.
I mean, it depends. I mean, sometimes I buy food with credit card,
Mm-hmm.
but then it depresses me to see the credit card bill, so
Yeah, absolutely.
sometimes I pay cash, so I...
What about your debit card? Do you use debit card?
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I have my own, I occasionally do. I usually only make the, bigger purchases on the debit card,
Okay.
because, you don't want to rack up the credit.
Okay. So you're certainly used cash at the McDonald's then?
I don't know. I think I did.
Okay. I'll see if you can try to remember if you did or not.
I suppose it would show up on the bill if I
Yeah.
use a credit.
Where did you go from McDonald's after that? What did you do?
Just drove north on the freeway.
Mm-hmm.
I actually tried to call Susan to see, just to let her know that I was back. I was coming back.
What time was that?
I can't even remember.
After lunch?
Yeah, I mean, it was probably 2 or 3.
Okay.
And then I was just driving with the boys, telling them, just trying to convince them that it's okay to go home.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to pack it all into one day,
Right.
Sometime later, Giovanna called and told me that there was, that people were worried about us,
Mm-hmm.
and that there was people at our house.
What time did she call, do you think?
I don't even remember. I mean, I'm sure it's on the bill.
Okay. What did that conversation consist of?
Just real short. I mean, she just said that there's a bunch of people worried about us.
Mm-hmm.
There's people at our house. And she's like, "Where's Susan?" And I was like, "Well, she's at work."
Mm-hmm.
So, I thought she was at work.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Okay, well, that's good." And that's about it.
Okay.
And I was like, "Okay, well, that's cool. We're found, so quit obsessing. No big deal, dude."
Right.
I mean, then I was going to pick up Susan and waiting for her, and she didn't come down. And about the time I was trying to decide what to do next, it was either my mom or my sister called. I think they called me. I don't remember. Maybe I called them. I can't even remember at this point, because during that conversation that's when I found out that she hadn't shown up for work.
Mm-hmm.
And so
say you went to you went to her work, right?
Yeah.
To pick her up. What time did you get there?
Probably 5:35,
5:35.
something like that.
What time do you usually pick her up from work?
5:35.
Okay. What time does she get off of work?
5:30.
Okay.
It takes her 5 minutes to get down.
Okay.
5 to 10. It depends on the day.
Right. So you're saying you're there definitely at 5:30.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. And she doesn't come out. How long do you wait till?
I left with that phone call.
Okay.
After that, they said she didn't go to work, and so I was like, well, okay, there's no point sitting here then.
Mm-hmm. Didn't Jennifer ask you if you went to work? When she first called, didn't she say to you, didn't you go to work today?
I don't remember any details on that, because I was just focused on the one fact, trying to figure out why Susan didn't go to work.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And obviously with people at home, creates some concern, There's already people saying that they're looking for all four of us.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at that point, I realized that they were looking for all four of us,
Mm-hmm.
Earlier I thought it was just the three of us.
Okay, so after you talked to Jennifer, or while you talked to Jennifer, tell me everything about that conversation.
I just don't even remember.
Tell me what you do remember.
Decided against the drink, huh?
No, I went to see if I had $1 in my.
Oh, it's a vending machine.
Yeah, it's a vending machine.
No, it's
so
okay. I don't need
I
that.
thought I had some cash. I was gonna grab me one and grab you one, and I don't have stupid. I didn't have any
No,
cash, so then I ran to my desk.
They're
But,
they can be a ripoff
oh yeah, well, especially here it's $1.25. So
for a bottle
yeah,
or a
for
can.
a bottle.
Oh, for a bottle. Well, that's at least
Uh,
better than a can.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's 16 or 24 ounces.
Yeah. So when you called, so you said you called Susan, right? After lunchtime, did you call anybody else?
I don't recall calling anyone else.
Okay. And when you called Susan's phone, was her phone on or off?
Usually when I'm making a call, I have to fiddle with the headset.
Okay.
Or I think in this case the headset was lost
Uh-huh.
in the car, but I ended up finding it this morning.
Okay.
That's the one that you saw. But,
Right, right.
But yeah, I don't even know. I mean, I usually figure it's just gonna ring, so I don't bother even putting it to my ear until I can get the headset on,
Okay.
So I don't even know what.
So you don't know if it rang or if...
I don't know.
Did you speak to her at all?
No.
Okay.
No, I just got voicemail.
All right. And what number did you call?
910-8281.
Okay. All right. And you're saying it just went to voicemail. Did you leave her a message?
Yeah.
Okay. What, well, she carries this phone with her all the time. I'm assuming it's her personal cell phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when she's at work, does she usually leave the phone on or off?
Depends. I think she, well, she sometimes turns it off.
She sometimes turns it off.
Yeah.
Is there a, like an office number to reach her at her work?
I just found out today that there is an office, a direct line, but she's always told me to call her supervisor. So
Okay.
So I don't ever have to call them, so I don't think about it, you know.
Right.
I mean,
Right, but if you wanted to get a hold of her and she's at work, how would you just call her cell phone?
and leave a message. I mean, she gets them eventually.
Right. Yeah. But, I mean, if she's busy, she obviously can't answer.
Yeah, I mean, she's in a call center, so it.
Is that what describe? Do you know? Are you familiar with her job?
I've never done it, but
Oh, I mean,
it's approximately take a phone call, deal with some moron.
Yeah.
This is what she tells me.
Okay.
Some, you know, some days it's busy, sometimes it's slow.
Okay.
So some days she can just sit there and surf the internet or whatever it is she does.
All right. What does she typically work? Monday through Friday?
No.
What days of the week does she typically work?
Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay. So Monday, Tuesday, and what, Friday, Saturday?
Friday, Saturday.
So she has Wednesdays, Thursdays off, and Sunday?
Yeah.
That's gotta be nice for daycare.
It's better.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's 2 days you don't have to pay for, right?
yeah, we pay less, not as much less as, you know, not 3/5 of the amount, but a little more than that.
Yeah.
You the one asking for the Sprite?
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know these were an vending machine. I thought they were just
No, it's all right. Just
in a
wanna make
fridge
sure
that's supplied, you know.
Yeah, it's all right.
But my boys just get so excited.
You think, why would she,
I just,
has she ever left your boys before?
I just want to do something special for them.
Has she ever left the boys before?
I mean, during the day, but not any extended period.
Why do you think she left this time?
I don't know. I mean, she only, you know, if it's her day off, she sleeps in. And if it's her day to work, she gets up and goes to work.
Right.
I just can't even think of what is going on.
Well, I need your help, Josh. I mean, you know her better than we do. She's left your boys. She's left you.
No, I don't think she did.
You don't think so?
No.
Help me. Where should we
I
look
think
for
she
her?
would have gone to work.
Okay.
She would have tried to go to work.
Right.
I mean, that's what she would have been in the process of doing.
Mhm. She didn't go to work. We know that. Right?
Yeah, she didn't go to work.
She didn't go to work.
I guess that's cold.
So that's why I need your help. I need your help to help me. I need you to help me find her. Tell me where I need to look for her. Because you're the closest one to her.
I just can't think of any place that she would be going aside from work, or if she was intending to go to a friend's house or something, she would have.
Mm-hmm. you have any voicemails on your phone from her? I'm sure she was probably concerned for
You know
you
what?
and the boys.
I was making calls this morning and I didn't realize, I guess my phone has been just bugging out, so.
What do you mean?
It just cuts out
Okay.
and dies, you know.
Okay. But
So-
that doesn't stop your voicemail.
Well, not the voicemail, but I didn't hear it ring because of that, and
Okay. So I mean,
and I think there is a voicemail,
if she's gone,
which I should probably check. I might as well. You don't mind if I check it?
we mind doing it on Audex so I can listen, like on speaker, so I can hear it.
Oh. Okay. Well.
Yeah, if you can do it on speaker, that'd be great, and then that way I can listen, because, you're sad, the girl, I'm sure the boys are sad. I'm sure that she was concerned for you guys, and probably, called your phone to see how you guys are, hadn't heard from you, wondering where you guys are at.
I told her I'd be back in the morning.
But you didn't even get back until later that afternoon, right?
Yeah.
So have you been in touch with your work?
Yeah.
Have you talked to them? Okay. Have you talked to anybody at her work? Have you called her work at all this
Been trying to
morning?
get the.
You called hers? That's me, dude.
You were just saying to call
Yeah.
you.
I don't want to sit here and listen to all your messages,
I'll
Ron.
save that one because it has your cell phone.
Can you just,
Okay,
can we move
save.
on? I don't want to sit here and listen to all your messages, dude. We need to find your wife. What, did you call her work at all and see if you could?
I've been trying to track down the phone number because.
Did you? I thought you said you had a number for her supervisor.
I thought I did, but I
Oh.
couldn't find it in my phone, so I ended up calling to try to get it.
Okay.
Which
Well,
I haven't had a chance to call it yet.
And the only reason I'm asking is see if you had heard anything different than what they told me. You know what I mean? With you being her husband, maybe they would tell you something that they didn't tell us. You know what I mean?
Right,
So
that's
you
a
have
good idea.
you haven't talked to them?
No, I was actually, I've been trying to track down the number and I did finally get it.
And you did. Okay.
But I just haven't had a chance to call.
Okay.
I was gonna call when you
Is
guys
there
were
anybody else that you've
out.
called to follow up on to see where she's at?
I just called her dad. my
You called her
attorney.
dad?
Yeah,
Your attorney?
prepaid
there-
legal attorneys, yeah.
Oh. What, have you called anybody else to follow up on where, to try to find her at all?
I've been trying to think of who to call,
Mm-hmm.
but this morning has been just trying to struggle with the morning routine, get the boys
Yeah.
ready, waiting for my mom. Oh, and I did see some friend. And Dax and Mindy, I forgot about them. They're also our friends.
Okay. Dax and Mindy.
Let's see. Guzman? I'm not sure. Don't quote me on his last.
Okay. Did you talk to anybody last night?
He dropped by the house.
Okay. Did
He
you
was
talk to
out
anybody
there,
last
so-
night as trying to find out where she could have been? No?
I talked to my dad and my family.
Last night?
Yeah.
Were they of any hope?
I think, they just updated me the same things that other people did.
And you spoke to her dad? Right, today?
Yeah.
Was that today?
Yeah, that was.
Did he have anything additional?
No.
Okay. Alright. Have you called like any other places where she could be? Have you checked any places where she could be?
I haven't had much of a chance to do
Okay.
any of that yet.
Alright. If there were places, if there's places that we need to go check, what places should we go check to see if we can find her?
supply. I don't think she would be there, but she likes them.
Okay.
Beauty supply.
Okay, so beauty supply, where's that at?
She has so many. I forgot to mention she's a licensed cosmetologist in Washington, but not here.
Okay. But you don't know what beauty supply store she would frequent?
She does go to Sally's. And I don't remember if it's Sally's or a different one on somewhere near Bangor and I think 35th.
Okay.
I think it's right there with an Albertsons.
Oh, okay. I think it's, yeah,
Yeah.
36 West maybe.
Yeah, something like that. Well,
Let's go back to her work schedule. You say Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. What are her typical hours that she works?
7 to 5:30.
And that's where she works all the time?
Typically, I mean, she took the morning off on
Okay.
Saturday.
Okay, so on Saturday she'd work that as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Does she go to the gym at all?
No.
Does she frequent a
But
gym?
she has a gym at work.
Okay, so she wouldn't be going to no gym. I guess the difficult thing in this particular case is we don't have a vehicle to look for because she didn't have access to a vehicle to drive, right? Because you just have the one vehicle, the minivan.
Yeah, we share
Okay.
one car.
So if she wanted to leave sometime between midnight and, say 10 a.m., how would she get from wherever, how would she leave the house? What would she use for transportation?
Typically, I think she would either get a ride with someone or
Okay.
ride the bus.
Does she ride the bus frequently?
No,
Often?
no,
Okay.
it's real rare.
Who would she get a ride from? Who would be the person I need to call and say, hey, did you pick up and take Susan anywhere on Monday?
Debbie.
And that's Debbie, that's the daycare provider, right?
Mhm.
All right.
Linda,
Who's Linda?
the lady at work,
Okay.
at her work.
Mm-hmm.
Giovanna.
Okay.
I think maybe she's gotten a ride from Judy a few times.
Who's Judy?
Judy Wade.
Oh, okay. All right. So those would be the people she would call for a ride? Okay.
I mean, and, I'm sure there's other people, they're not all coming.
Kiersey would probably be one. No?
No. Last resort.
For you or for her?
She doesn't like to imposition Kiersey.
Okay. All right.
It's the way that's just Kiersey's personality, she's,
Okay.
I mean, she would do it, don't get me wrong, she would,
Right.
I'm sure, but.
Okay.
By the way, don't tell her that I said that.
I won't tell her. I will not tell her. Okay, so no gym. She was able to get a ride. These are the 4 people she would call that you can think of right now, right?
Yeah.
Was she on any medication at all?
She was on something, but I thought it was over, but maybe it's not.
What would that be?
She had a bad earache and
Oh.
she had I don't know, the flu.
Okay.
That
Any other
thought-
medication that she would have to take on a daily basis, say for a medical condition or a mental disability or anything like that?
there's nothing regular,
Okay. All right.
at least none that I know of.
Okay. Why would she leave her, any thoughts on why she would leave behind her purse?
Well, she doesn't always take a purse, because it's bulky, you know.
Women go everywhere with their purse. That's where their hairspray is, and their makeup, and their money.
She doesn't always take it.
Okay.
I mean,
what are some examples of some times when she wouldn't take her purse?
I don't think she took it to that party. I don't think she takes it to church. You know, most of the time if she doesn't, you know, if she's just going somewhere
Mm-hmm.
that she doesn't think she needs anything, then she'll just leave it.
Okay.
But if she, you know, if we're going somewhere together, she
Mhm.
frequently just leaves it. She assumes that I'll have keys and stuff.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's the other thing too, is her keys.
Yeah, I found out my mom took the keys. In fact, she still has them.
Okay, did she give them back? She didn't give them back to you?
No.
Okay. All right. What, did you see her keys from last night?
I never did.
You didn't? Did you talk to your mom about the keys?
This morning.
Okay.
I asked
Was
her,
the
because
house-
I looked in
Go ahead.
I looked in her purse to try to see, you know, if there was anything in there significant or if keys were there. And they weren't, so I thought you guys took them.
No, what? But your mom had them.
My mom took them.
Yeah. So
Actually,
was
I
the
thought
house
you guys
key?
took my headset too.
No, we didn't take.
I was wondering, in fact, do you guys take stuff
No,
without telling me?
no.
Okay.
We have no reason to take anything.
I was just wondering, I thought that, but
No.
I just, like I say, I just have been.
What, was the house key on her set of keys?
My mom assumed it was, and I didn't even get around to talking to her about the fact that I don't think it is,
Mm-hmm.
unless it's clipped on, you know.
Right.
Which we would have to verify.
Okay, no problem. What about, the kids? Did the kids say anything to you? You know, cause
No.
if mom was talking to somebody else on the phone, right? Say if she was talking to somebody on the phone or talking to somebody, and she
Right,
was
they would
talking about.
repeat it.
Yeah, exactly, kids are always talking. So I mean, when you were with the kids last night and, yesterday and, the night before yesterday, that morning or anything, I mean, did the kids ever say anything that you thought was kind of weird, like, wow,
Mm-mm.
where did you come up with that? No?
No.
Mm.
And they're just acting normal.
Are they? Have they asked where mom is at?
I think they're overhearing all of our conversations, and they're just, I guess, coping or something, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So they haven't questioned or inquired as to where mom's at?
Well, they did yesterday, but, you know,
When yesterday?
on the way home, you know, Charlie was saying he wants to go tell her about a rattlesnake or something.
Okay. On the way home from the Point Express Road?
Yeah.
Okay.
But since then, you know, it's, you know, I mean, he before all this started, he said that he wanted to tell her so or something a few times, you know.
Yeah.
But then, since then, they haven't, I mean, I'm sure they know that
Okay.
she isn't around,
Yeah.
and I don't,
And that's why I asked if they had asked you about that, because,
I don't know if I need
Yeah, they
to
haven't
talk
seen-
to them or what.
okay.
I guess
What-
I will.
What, does she have any enemies? Is there any enemies out there that,
She gave keys to the daycare provider, and I don't know who else.
Okay.
So I don't know who has keys to our house, to be honest.
Why would she give keys to the daycare provider?
She's afraid of getting locked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she never mentioned it to me.
She
I only
never
found
told-
out after the fact,
After what fact?
Well, after she gave the keys away. And so I didn't know that she was giving them out to her. And so I don't know who else she could have given them to.
So did Susan tell you that she gave a key to the daycare provider? After she gave her the key? Is that what you're telling
Actually,
me?
to be honest, I found out from my family.
Okay. Yesterday?
Yeah, and so I was kind of pissed off that they broke the window if she's the one who started inquiring and she had a key.
Uh-huh.
But what can you do?
Okay. So you actually didn't know that she gave the daycare provider a key until yesterday?
I didn't really.
And you think the reason why she gave her a key is because...
Well, that's what they told me, that she was afraid of getting locked out.
Oh, okay. And the
It's just a
daycare provider...
backup.
The daycare provider told you that?
No, I don't know how they found that out.
I don't know either. Like I said, when our patrol officers were...
I guess I should ask them if they've talked to her or something.
Yeah.
Maybe my sister talked to her, and then my sister talked to my dad, and then my dad and my brother and sister told me, and
Yeah.
I don't know which channel it went through.
Okay. What about close people? I mean, you've mentioned Linda as a person at her work. Are there some other close people at her work that that you know of that maybe I need to talk to?
I mean, there are, but I don't really know their names. I don't ever see them. Because
Yeah.
if she's going to go do something with them, usually it's either during work or I think a couple times she did girls' nights, and I don't always ask who it's with. It's just like, I'm doing a girls' night, okay, whatever.
Okay. We kind of got off track here on the enemies thing. You brought up that the key was given to the daycare provider, which has nothing to do with the enemies. Does she have any enemies out there? Any people that
Well,
don't
I
like her?
just mentioned the key thing because if there's keys floating around,
Mhm.
you just don't know.
Okay. So.
But I don't know. I don't think she has any enemies. I mean, she'll sometimes report problems when they see them, but I don't think anyone in our neighborhood would be malicious,
Mhm. Okay.
Teenagers breaking windows, but other than that, that's, yeah, I mean,
Okay, so no enemies, nobody that would want to harm her, nobody that would want to, that's mad at her, that you know
I can't think of anyone.
of. Okay. How about suicide, depression? Was she ever suicidal or depressed?
She was suicidal.
She was?
Yeah.
When's that? Tell
Well,
me everything
I thought
about
that was over.
Okay, tell me everything about that.
She just, she was just sad, I guess. I mean,
What was she sad about?
Well, I was always, I don't know, I mean, I do a lot, but I don't always do everything that she wants, and, for a while we were not affectionate, and
Mhm.
I guess that was pressing, and I don't know if maybe she was upset about work or something, but I don't know what all. I mean, like I say, we didn't do a whole lot of talking about it, and I thought that she was over it, you know?
Okay. Well, you say that she was sad, and then you mentioned that you weren't that affectionate together, and that you mentioned that sometimes you wouldn't do the things that she asked. Are you thinking that
Well,
that
sometimes she thinks I'm
caused her to
lazy
be
or
sad?
something, you know?
Are you saying that caused her to be sad?
I don't know. I mean, honestly, I think her mom was crazy.
Okay.
And honestly, I think that there's some passed down genetic you know,
Mm-hmm.
inheritance on that.
Okay.
But I don't think she's ever been diagnosed with anything. And like I say, it's not really, never been really a huge problem, you know?
It's never been a big problem. Why would you say that she's been suicidal in the past then?
Well, I mean, she told me
What did she tell you?
basically what I told you, that she was just depressed, you know? Mainly about, I mean, you know, just the affection issue, and I think she mentioned a few things about work, but I don't remember what, you know. And some friends, but I don't remember any details on that. Or that she wasn't hanging out with friends enough or something, you know.
Okay. Did she ever attempt to commit suicide?
I don't think so.
Okay. Did she ever talk about committing suicide?
No, not with me.
Okay. Did she ever talk about depression or being in a deep depression or being depressed?
Only once with me.
Okay. When was that?
I mean, that's been months ago,
Months ago?
or I don't know,
I don't either.
6 months maybe, or actually
Okay.
it could have been 6 months or a year, I don't know.
Okay. Tell me everything about that.
Well, that's what I just told you.
What, that there's affection issues, she wasn't spending enough time with her friends, and you wouldn't do the things that she liked you to do?
Yeah.
Okay, so
those kind of things.
So those are the contributors to her being sad and being depressed?
That's what she told me.
Okay. And out of those contributors, of those problems or concerns that she had, how did that affect your guys' relationship?
Well, we started seeing a counselor. Oh, and she was depressed that I wasn't going to church.
Okay.
So, things been going good, you know? I mean, we always vent in front of the counselor, you know how that goes. That's like the safe spot to say what you don't want to say normally.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, I mean, throughout the weeks and months, I mean, I don't know, we just tried to do little things, you know? I mean, I try to do a little more helping out around the house, you know, and she has a little bit of a temper, so she said she would work on that.
Mm-hmm.
So And, I mean, she has, you know. But that's where I say her mother is crazy. And I've been trying to convince her that you gotta get some shrink to pound your mother out of you. But she doesn't see it that way. She gets really mad when I say anything about her mother.
Well, most wives do. Most definitely. But, so with this, what we've just discussed, are you saying that this has been going on for the last 6 months to a year?
Well, no,
Or has this been going on throughout your relationship?
Oh, no.
And we're just trying to get a timeline on this.
Well,
with her being sad because of the affection issues.
I only
not
found
spending
out.
time with her friends, not going to church, you not doing things that she asked. Was that a longevity problem throughout your relationship, and you started addressing it 6 months ago?
It's not necessarily that she has to ask, she just wants me to figure it out. You know?
Okay. But again, was this a longevity problem throughout the relationship, and you guys started addressing it 6 months ago? Or is this something that has just developed over the last 6 months? Because you gave me a 6 months to a year time frame.
Well,
so I'm trying to.
It seems to me that we started seeing a counselor. I don't know when, but it's been quite a few months.
Okay, so 6 months to a year ago, you started seeing a counselor.
That's not been a year with the counselor.
Okay.
I honestly don't remember how long.
Okay. So this has been a relationship issue throughout your guys' relationship, and you're starting to address it. You've just been addressing it recently with a counselor. Is that correct?
Need some water or anything? Want some water?
I'm okay, thanks.
You're good? Okay. Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?
Just 1 second.
Hey, how you doing? Hello. Detective Martell. He had to go make a phone call real quick. He had somebody on the phone. So just.
I'm actually thinking I'm gonna have to wrap it up here pretty quick because I'm feeling pretty sick at this point.
Here's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to help you out. I know you're probably kind of a little bit scared right now.
A little bit.
Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you something, okay? Being scared is normal. Everybody gets scared. Okay? I mean, I get scared coming in. I don't even know who you are. Coming in here talking to you.
Okay.
So, just basically what I want you to do is relax. If there's anything I can do for you, I can give you some water.
I got this.
You gotta drink
I'm gonna
there.
take it to my sons because they need it more than me.
Okay. Well, tell me how you're feeling right now. Just see if I can help you out. What's going on? I mean, let me help you out, man. Okay? Seriously.
Honestly kind of confused and distracted. And pretty worried.
Yeah. What are you worried about?
I just don't think she would. Okay. I'm just worried about what the possibilities are, and I'm not getting more encouraged over time.
Right.
And I mean, there's obviously a little bit of worry about, what's gonna happen to me or my boys, but
can I do to help you with that?
I don't know.
And then that's one here.
Just have to take it one day at a time.
Right. Well, I understand you're a little frustrated that you've been sitting here talking to us for a while, but
It's not frustrating. It's just a little bit hard, but
what I want you to understand is we're doing everything. We're gonna do everything possible to help you out, try to find your wife, and we need to do this. It's
Yeah.
not fun for us, it's not fun for you, but we do have to do this. And I know sometimes you just feel like,
I know.
you've been sitting here talking to us for a little bit, but you're the only one that's gonna be able to help us.
Well, I was really concerned when they're sitting there making light of like this, and I'm going,
Yeah,
that's starting to get a little bit
right.
scary, and also the fact I made a big deal about the cell phone, which I'd forgotten that I had it at all.
Right. Wow. Again, we're just doing our job, And there's gonna be questions that are gonna make you uncomfortable. And there'll be questions that you probably understand why we're asking those questions. So you need to understand, put yourself in our place.
I'm trying to do that.
And I know it's kinda tough for you to put yourself in our spot, especially when your mind's going, probably going, a lot's going through your mind right now.
Yeah,
And try to figure out what's going on. But, just be patient with us, okay?
I'm trying, I'm just trying to take it one day, 1 minute at a time, I guess.
Right. Well.
Are you a grief counselor or something?
No, I'm a detective for West Valley. I am. It's just, come in here, just, say hi while he's on the phone, so you're not here by yourself wondering what's going on.
Well, I appreciate it, because every time I sit in here by myself, I just want to leave.
Yeah, I don't want you to do that, because we gotta get, figure out how we can help you, But that's all I'm doing.
No,
It's just
I
kinda-
know.
So how long have you been married for?
It seems like it was 2001, April, or, yeah, 2001.
This is the first time you remarried? You never been
I
married?
think it was 2001. For some reason 2000 is stuck in my head too.
You
And
can't remember?
all these little, I normally can, but I can normally remember my boys' birthdays too, but, I can't even remember why I'm walking into a room. I have to walk in there
Yeah.
several times and then walk back out. Like I was trying to fix that window with a piece of cardboard, and I kept measuring it, and I couldn't remember the measurement, like
Well,
6 times.
What window is this?
They busted a window in my house.
Oh, they did? Who did?
I don't know. Guess it was detective,
Oh, they
what
did?
was his name?
Maxwell.
Maxwell. I'm trying to, yeah, they broke a window, apparently in
See,
the
I don't
morning.
know, I don't know anything about this case, I'm just here to just kind of keep you.
Well, they were worried about if we were in there, supposedly, if we were in there suffocating.
Oh, really?
So they wanted to break a window and find out, So they went in, they did whatever they wanted to do, I guess.
Right.
I was told that they went through some things, I don't know what all they went through. I assume they went through the whole house.
Okay. I wasn't aware of that, so you want me to see if he's done? If you wanna just wait here, I'll hurry, and like I said, he just has to talk to you about a couple little things more, and we'll be done here. I would imagine, I don't know, I have to talk to him and find out what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm actually starting to feel pretty sick, so
You wanna go to the bathroom,
no.
or use the restroom or anything? Okay, let me go tell him that, how you're feeling, okay, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Where'd my Where'd Buddy go?
Oh, he left.
You all right?
Yeah. I mean, I just am feeling sick, so I think
Oh,
we want to leave here.
get some medicine.
Well, yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be bad.
Okay. All right, yeah, if you want to leave, you can leave. I just,
Well, I mean, I just am trying to tough it out, you know?
yeah, no, I understand, Josh. I understand this is very difficult. And you know what, Josh?
Yeah.
I understand this is very difficult for you, okay? I mean, I haven't been in your position before where I left and I came home and my wife was gone, okay?
Right.
I've never been there.
Yeah.
But I've been on this end of it, you know, and I've experienced a lot of different cases and different people involved in different situations, and your experience just a rage of different emotions, okay?
Yeah.
And it's what I wanted to explain to you is it's difficult for me because I just am trying to help, you know, whoever it is that I'm trying to help. And in this particular case, I'm trying to help Susan and trying to help you, and, you know, because we need to find her.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
And
know.
I mean, I wish I could sit here and cry with you, and I have to control my
I know,
emotions. And
I know, it's...
you know what I'm saying?
You know,
And, you know, I
know.
mean, if you want to take off, you can take off. I'm not, you know, I'm not
I don't
trying-
expect you guys to
Okay.
cry with me.
You know, and I'm just.
That's what family is for.
Okay, all right. You know, I just want, I was kind of hoping that today we could get a little bit further and come up with some more ideas as to where to look. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I talked to you last night, and we really didn't, we came up with absolutely nothing to look for, where to look for her, other than people that, you know, I've already spoken to. And I was hoping that with you being home and you know, getting a little tiny bit of rest and coming back today,
Yeah, I got 6
would be able
hours.
to offer, you know, me and this department and all these other people that are out there to try to find out where to look for her, okay? And we haven't gotten there today. You know, I try to come in and talk with you a little bit about who you are and what you're about and what Susan is and what she's about and what she likes and your guys' relationship and her friends and, you know, her enemies and her work and your work. Try and,
Like I say, she files complaints against people if there's a problem.
yeah,
Like a dog, a cat, or whatever it is, but I don't think that they're not even supposed to know who complains.
was she into
you know?
drugs at all? Illicit
I've
drugs,
never-
cocaine, marijuana, stuff like that?
I've never known her to do anything.
I wouldn't think so either, but, you know, that's just one of the questions that I didn't ask, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
I mean, I'm just
I've
trying to,
never noticed anything out of the usual.
okay, what, I mean, like I said, we haven't really gotten anywhere with
Well, I
with
don't-
locations to check and stuff. What have you thought of?
I just can't think of anywhere she would go in the morning.
Other than to work?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay. Who should I be looking at? Do you think somebody, I mean, is there somebody I need to look at that maybe, I mean, what do you,
I don't think she has enemies.
Yeah.
You know?
How about this question? You've had a significant amount of time to sit and think about this, right? I mean, when did we see each other yesterday? About 6 o'clock?
Yeah.
And it's, you know, in the afternoon now.
Yeah.
What's gone through your mind? What do you think? What has crossed your mind? What do you think has happened to her? I need you to tell me what you think has happened to her.
I don't think she would leave on her own.
Okay. she would leave on her own? What do you think has happened?
I just don't know. I mean, you know, you can sit and speculate, but I don't have any clue.
Okay. What do you think I'm speculating?
I don't know.
Well, something must have crossed your mind for you to say that to me.
You guys, you know, I mean, it's a fact, you know. The closest people to a person is always the top suspects. So.
Okay. We're not suspects. I mean, there has to be some type of involvement to be a suspect. I mean, so it's not always like that, but we gotta start. If you were on my side, okay, let's do this real quick. If you're sitting where I am, and I'm sitting where you are, okay, and my wife is missing, okay, who is the very first person, and who is that person gonna be that you're gonna spend the most time with, trying to get as much information from?
Probably the closest ones.
The closest ones to them?
Yeah.
Okay. And if I'm married, who would be the closest one to me? Would it be
I'm probably
the
the
spouse,
closest one.
or would it be the parents?
No, the spouse.
Okay, all right. Because I'm guessing you don't spend a whole lot of time with her mom, right? And would you if you lived next door to him?
Yeah, we would actually.
Okay.
I mean, she's kind of hard to deal with, but
Who do you spend more time
she's
with?
okay, you know. But
Yeah. No, I know.
but, you know,
who would you spend more time with? Your wife or your mom? Your mom lives here.
My
Your
wife.
Okay. How about your sister or your wife?
It's the same.
Okay. So
I mean,
so
I
don't want
don't
you-
have any friends that I would spend more time with or anything.
Okay.
I mean, work maybe, but hey, that's work, you know.
Have
Number
I
of
made-
hours.
Okay.
out
Have I
there.
told you that you're a suspect?
Well, it's felt like that a few times.
Has it felt like that? What do you mean? What's made you feel like
when
that?
you keep, you know, you're telling me that this.
I took
Well, I
photos.
thought
I
you
took
were
photos
implying
of your hands
you're
one time
saying, you know, you really made a big deal out of this.
by asking you where you got a nick on your hand.
I thought you were trying to say I got some kind of defensive wounds, you know?
I never said that though, did I?
Seemed implied.
Okay, but all I did was inquire about a nick on your hand, and then and the kind of, you know, I mean, you've been worried about that ever since we got here today. You want me to take photos again of your
I
hands?
kind of do.
Okay.
'Cause
well, what does
I
it
want to
tell
have
you?
both photos
Okay.
available,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, what does it tell you now? I mean, I haven't came in here with a camera. I haven't even worried about your hands, but you're still worrying about it.
I just want my second photos done because I was just to prove that they do it on their own.
No, and that's,
I mean, this stuff, you know, some of these, if I don't take care of it fast enough,
yeah,
it just
and I
gets worse
understand.
and worse, and then chunks fall out.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm
I have-
amazed that this
My
one
brother
did
has
that.
really dark, really dry skin as well, so I
That's
understand.
That's a chunk, a very small chunk. I mean, I don't feel them, you know?
Right.
I mean, I do if I'm sure I would if I poured alcohol on them,
Yeah.
but I don't feel them, so I don't know when they're coming.
Okay.
And like I say, I've only been looking at it in the last day
Yeah.
and actually paying attention.
Who should I look at as a suspect?
I can't think of anyone who's
Can't think of
mad at
anyone.
her.
Who should I look at as a person of interest? Who should I start talking to? Just as much as I've been talking to you, who should I talk to? That much. Because you're saying that, you know, you're concerned because we've been talking to you for so long.
Well, that's
But,
not
I mean,
really a
it's-
concern. It's,
Oh, okay. Because
it's only,
my perception is I'm trying to get as much information as I can get. And, you know, when I get up and I leave, I go out and I share information. If there's any new information, okay, he states that she works here, that, you know, let's get a hold of Linda. Let's see if Linda may have heard from him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what, are you concerned as far, what's your thoughts on what we're doing to find her? You haven't even inquired as to what
I have a
what
clue
we're
what you
doing.
guys do, except you already told me that you check the hospitals
Mhm.
and you've talked to everyone we know. And what else do you do?
Well, I mean, I don't know, we've talked to everybody, I mean, that's why, we're talking again now, just to see if there's any other
I
names.
occasionally think of a new name, but
Okay,
I probably could think of more.
okay, how about in the neighborhood, is there anybody in the circle, in the neighborhood circle
Troy is
there
our friend.
that are concerns, or people that we should be concerned about?
No, not suspects.
Okay, all right.
I think we're friends with everyone in the neighborhood.
Okay. And obviously, we know nobody broke into the house,
Well, the window was broken. No, I'm just kidding.
besides the cops, to make sure you were all right and your family,
Yeah.
right? But as far as anybody else going and breaking in there and stealing anything or
I didn't see anything
creating,
stolen.
yeah, or causing a mess if there was a fight or disturbance, there was nothing, right? I mean, we walked through the house. I didn't walk through with you, Sergeant Bobrowski did. Was there, I think both of you said there was nothing out of place, nothing missing, right?
I mean, yeah, nothing
Okay.
significant was missing.
Okay. And there's nobody of concern in the neighborhood. How about at her workplaces? Would there be anybody at her workplace that she's had problems with?
There's a dude she hates.
Okay. What's his name?
Shoot, I don't know.
Oh. All right.
Um,
What has she said about this person to you?
He's annoying.
Yeah.
That he's, I don't remember everything that she said about
Okay.
him.
All right. How about in church? Is there anybody in church that she's had problems with?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I can't think of anyone.
All right.
I mean, she just thinks the guy is annoying because he's arrogant and stuff, you know?
Right.
So I just don't think it's, she's never said that he's done anything mean to her except disregard her feelings, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Is there, how, I mean, how willing are you to help us with this investigation and to find her?
Well, I'm willing to do whatever I can think of.
Okay. Willing to do whatever you can do to help us?
What do you have in mind?
Well, I have a couple of ideas, a couple of things. I mean, obviously she's missing. Do you think do you think she's at risk of any harm? Do you think her safety's at risk? I mean, do you think her well-being, what do you think her well-being is right now?
I'm beginning to think possibly not good.
Okay, all right. What would lead you to believe that?
She just doesn't leave.
She doesn't ever leave. She's never left the kids. She's never left you. She's never not shown up at work.
No.
Okay. And
She'll call in if she's not showing up, and
right.
she'll even call in the morning of if she has to, you know?
Okay. And she hasn't called anybody that we're aware of, right?
I don't know of anyone she called.
Okay. All right. And that concerns me. Because outside of that, think with me, Josh, outside of that, where do we have to go to look for her, to get any additional information, any additional leads to follow up on?
I just don't know.
Okay. All right. I really, really need your help, okay?
Okay.
I really do. All right, just as much as you need my help. All right? And, we need to do this together,
Okay.
don't we?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so too. And we need to get some closure and find out where she's at. All right? You do not know where she's at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a couple of things that I want to do, all right? And this will help us both, all right?
All right.
And this kind of goes back to what I asked you just a few minutes ago about how willing you are to help us, okay? Do you consider yourself a suspect?
No, but,
Okay.
you know.
No, that's it. You don't need to elaborate. You don't consider yourself a suspect. You say that, right?
Well, I mean,
Okay.
the facts will speak for themselves, so I don't
Thank
think.
you. Exactly. And you're right. I mean, there has to be facts. There has to be evidence, correct?
Mhm.
Okay? I can't just take anybody and charge them for anything and get away with it,
Okay.
right? I'm not gonna have supervisors sign off on something without it being
Right.
checks and balances, courts, all that stuff, right?
Right.
Okay, so, so going back to that, you don't consider yourself a suspect. And we need to get this figured out. I have other questions. I have a couple of other questions that I wanna ask you, okay?
Okay.
And in order for me to ask you these questions and then ask you to do something else, I have to read you your Miranda rights. Okay?
Why?
The reason why is because it's a,
What does this mean, read me my?
okay, well, let me explain to
I'm
you.
not sure what you're getting at.
Okay, let me explain to you, okay. Reading your Miranda rights, do you know what Miranda is?
I mean, yeah, it's have the right to remain silent and all that.
Okay, all right. If you're being read Miranda, what does that mean to you?
That you're being accused.
Okay. I don't know, accused is a harsh word, kind of a negative word, isn't it?
I don't know anything else.
Yeah. Well, as far as Miranda, okay, in order for me to ask you some more questions and ask you to do this other thing for me, I need to read you your Miranda rights, okay?
And I don't.
And, well, listen.
I don't know if I'm.
I'm not gonna take you to jail. I'm not arresting you, okay? I'm not arresting you, I'm not taking you to jail, right?
Okay.
All right? So, I mean, I have questions. I have questions about the, I wanna ask you about the cell phone, okay? And we kinda chit-chatted about that last night, but I really never got a clear answer from you as to why you
Well,
had
I already
this.
told you that I was asking her for a phone number.
Okay.
She said, go get it yourself on
Okay.
the phone.
All right.
And then I just
Okay.
habitually put things in my pockets, you know? And
Right.
once I realized it was there, I wasn't home, so.
Okay. Well, like I said.
Instinctively just put it in the tray, but I don't even think about it. I mean, when I'm camping, or
Okay.
out there where I'm not gonna need it,
Right.
I'll take out everything from my pockets, just so it isn't gonna fall
Okay.
and get lost, you know?
I wanna
I
talk
mean,
to
that
you.
includes wallets,
Okay, all right.
everything.
Okay. You're not under arrest, you're not going to jail, okay?
Okay.
I'm not gonna cuff you up, all right? And like I said, again, you're not under arrest. You came here on your free will, you could leave at any time, you already knew that, you still know that, right? Although I wanna ask you more specific questions, and I wanna see, if you say that you're willing to help us out, then what do we need to do? We need to eliminate you as being a person of interest. There's nobody else out there for me to go and talk to and to clarify. So I need to clarify your story. I need to verify your
guess-
story, right?
I guess at that point, then I need to,
So I need to
I
verify.
probably need to consider
So I need to
lawyers.
verify. Okay, well, and if that's the case, then that just is gonna prolong the, well, whatever. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read your rights.
Well, I've told
okay?
you everything
Okay.
that I know.
All right, listen. I'm going to tell you a couple of things, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to read you your rights, okay? We have your house. You're not going to be able to go back to your house, okay?
What do you mean?
Your house is ours for right now. We're not going to let you back into that house.
Okay.
Your car is ours. We're not going to let you have your car, okay? We need to find her, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what your goal is? I would hope that our goals is the same, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The house is ours, the car is ours. You know, we need to find her, all right? I'm gonna read you your Miranda rights. If you don't
How
want
long?
to... How long?
How long are you going to?
However long it takes.
What? They're searching it or something?
Huh?
I don't
I'm
understand.
gonna write a search warrant for your house.
Okay.
I'm gonna write a search warrant for your house and, you know, maybe for your car. I don't know. I haven't yet decided on the car and stuff. But like I said, is what I want to do is we need to find her, okay? And if you're willing to help us out, great. And if you're not, then
Well,
that's
if
fine
you guys
as well.
want to search the house
Okay.
and stuff, I don't care.
Okay. I'm going to read you your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to a lawyer and have him present with you while you be questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand those rights that I have just read to you and explained to you, Josh?
Yeah.
Okay. And having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk further with me in regards to this investigation?
Well, what about my kids? Where are they at?
Where you left them? You left them with your mom, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, we can continue on. I mean, we can go into those questions. I have to read you these rights.
Well, I mean, you
Okay.
guys can come.
So, I know, listen, Josh, I have to read you these
I'm not
rights.
trying to hide anything.
Then
so-
I need you to answer the questions, okay? You said that you understand the rights that I've explained to you. Yes or no?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. And having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to me now without having
What
a
is-
lawyer present?
I don't understand how you get any more specific,
Okay.
you know?
On December 9th, 2009, Joshua rented a car at the Salt Lake City International Airport and drove it 800 miles, returning it 2 days later. At some point during his trip, he purchased a cell phone and activated it in Tremonton, Utah, near the Utah-Idaho border.
Josh? Hey, I'm Chris Jones from Tremonton. How are you?
Okay.
Yeah. How you doing? I know this has been difficult for you. What's going through your mind today?
Well, I've been trying to figure out what I can do so I don't sit idle. I'm dealing with this repeatedly.
Sure.
I was just going to go in and get my kids because, you know, they're
How are
family.
they? How are they doing?
They've been doing good, as far as I can tell.
How about you? I mean, I know this is difficult on you. How are you doing? I mean, this is such... It's got to be a lot of emotions going on for you.
You know, people have been really helpful and supportive, so it's been really hard, but you know, you just keep going.
What can you tell us about that night? I mean, from what we understand, you went camping and then came home. Well, tell us what happened that night.
Yeah, a lot of times I just go camping with my boys, you know, not anything big. I just go overnight, and you know, we do s'mores and stuff like that. And so I just went with the boys. I was planning to do some s'mores in the morning, and then we did. And then when we got home, well, on the way home, I found out that people were worried about us and that we were missing.
And the report is that neither you nor your wife called in sick, and they said that that's not usual. What are your thoughts on that?
No, it's not usual.
Well, I guess why didn't you call in sick?
You know, I didn't. I was somehow thinking that it was Sunday. I didn't go to church, and I just missed a day and thought, I'll come back Sunday.
So you got confused on what day it was.
Yeah.
Now, from what we understand, there's nothing. Looks like no foul play in the home. It appears that your wife left her cell phone and purse. I mean, do you have any? I mean, does she go off to sort of maybe clear her head? I mean, do you have any idea where she could be?
No, she'll leave during the day, but she's never left overnight.
Does she have any enemies that you can think of that would?
I can't think of anyone.
Now, a lot of talk on the internet. I mean, obviously in cases like this, and you know this, they instantly talk about the husband. They think that he's the suspect, that he did something. Is there anything you want to say to address that?
I didn't do anything. I mean, I don't know where she's at. I don't even know where to start looking.
And the boys, I mean, what do you tell them about them?
I haven't told them anything. I mean, they've overheard stuff, but I haven't. I mean, by the time it all started, I was already it was already late, and went to bed.
Well,
It's been hectic ever since.
Now, your wife laid down that night, right? She wasn't feeling well, is that? And then that's when you went camping, right? Where'd you guys go camping?
Well, she wasn't not feeling well.
Oh, okay.
She was feeling well.
Oh, okay.
But she just went to bed.
About 5-ish, is that what we heard? We heard 5. I don't know if that's true. You would know better than we would.
Well, no, she went to bed that night.
And what time did you go camping, would you say?
I got out to a pretty late start.
9-ish, something like that?
No, it was later.
Okay.
Basically, I'm just trying to figure out what I can do, and both try to find her and try to take care of life in general.
Okay. Where do you guys camp?
We went down south to some trails down there.
Do you mean like Moab area? Or?
No. We actually just went down to the Pony Express.
Pony Express Trail?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there campgrounds down there? Or?
Yeah,
I'm not
I guess
familiar
there's
with the area, so yeah. Okay.
But I guess I better go.
Okay. Well, good luck to you. We appreciate your time. Thank you very much.
The oldest son of Joshua and Susan, Charlie, was interviewed on December 8th, 2009.
Right there. Yeah. Good job. It's got nice lights, huh? Pretty, huh? Okay, Charlie. How old are you today?
4.
You're 4? Okay. And it's Charlie, and your last name is Powell? Is that right? And we're at the South Valley Children's Justice Center. Okay, Charlie, when we talk today, it's really important that we talk about things that are true, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And if I ask you a question, Charlie, and you don't know the answer, it's okay to say, I don't know. Okay?
Okay.
So if I said, Charlie, what's my dog's name? What would you say?
I don't know.
You're right. You would say that. Good job. Okay, well, if I say something wrong, it's okay to correct me too, okay? So maybe if I said your name wrong or something, it's okay to say, that's not how you say my name. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, why don't you tell me what you were doing today? Try to remember everything you did today.
I was playing and I did it 8 today.
You were playing and you did what?
I did it 8 today.
You didn't eat? Huh? No? Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Yes. Did you eat some breakfast?
No.
No? Did you eat a cookie?
No.
No? Okay. So, what else didn't you do today, or what else did you do today? What did you do when you got up this morning?
Nothing.
Nothing?
I was getting a Tinker Toys out.
You've been playing with the Tinker Toys?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Well, what did you do last night before you went to bed?
Go camping.
You went camping? Tell me about camping.
Camping is like where you have s'mores.
Where you have s'mores?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And s'mores starts with marshmallows and graham crackers and chocolate and another graham cracker.
The s'mores have marshmallows, graham crackers, and chocolate, and another graham cracker?
Yeah.
I see. So you had s'mores yesterday, last night?
Yeah.
Where were you camping at?
I was camping at Dinosaur National Park.
Dinosaur Park?
No, Dinosaur National Park.
Dinosaur National Park. Who were you camping with?
My dad and my mom and my little brother.
Dad, your mom, and your brother?
Yeah.
Did you sleep over there?
Yeah.
Yeah? Tell me what you did with your dad while you were camping. Anything fun?
Yeah. While I was camping, I saw some flowers that didn't look pretty.
You didn't?
Yeah.
You saw some flowers that didn't look pretty?
Yeah. There are
Oh.
no pretty flowers on Dinosaur National Park City.
Oh. So you went camping with your mom, your dad, your little brother, and you had s'mores?
Yeah.
Was that fun?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No
Mommy and daddy and little brother have fun too?
Yeah. You know what?
What?
There's just a little bit of pretty flowers at Dinosaur National Park City.
There was a little bit of pretty flowers at Dinosaur National Park City?
Yeah.
Okay. When you were camping, tell me some of the things you and your mom and dad and brother did.
My mom and dad and my brother did. My mom and dad and my brother did. They put up a fire. So did my little brother.
They built a fire?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you guys get to where you were camping?
We got in the airplane and the airplane went to Dinosaur National Park.
Oh. You went to an airplane yesterday?
Yeah, and our airplane bring us to Dinosaur National Park.
Okay. So when you guys made the s'mores last night, you make s'mores last night with your mom and dad?
And we hold the marshmallows over a fire with a stick that can hold our marshmallows.
And was that fun?
Yeah.
Yes. So that was fun. And then what did you do when you were done camping?
Go home.
You went home?
We went home in an airplane.
Oh. What about when you went last night camping? When you were all done, what did you do?
We went to a beach when we was all done last night.
Went to a beach? Okay. So Charlie, have you talked to your mommy today?
No.
Where's mommy at?
At work.
Mommy's at work?
Yeah, and my dad is seeing the police.
Your dad is?
Yeah.
How do you know?
My dad is seeing the police. No. We had the broken window. That's why he see the police 2 times.
How'd your window get broken?
My grandma and grandpa throw the walk at a window, at our window.
Mm-hmm. Your grandma and grandpa threw a rock at your window. Is that right?
Yeah.
So your mommy's at work?
Yeah.
When did mommy go to work?
At 8 o'clock.
Did mommy go to work at night or did mommy go to work in the morning?
My mommy went to work at 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Is that at night when it's dark outside?
Yeah.
Or is it in the morning time when you just wake up?
It's a night.
At
It's
night?
a night. It's a night.
Daddy and mommy happy?
Yeah.
Play lots of toys and games with you?
No, there was this games that aren't for little boys. There was this games at work that are only for grown-ups.
Oh, there were games at work that are not for little boys, just for grown-ups?
Yeah.
Yeah?
There are games at my daddy's work that is for grown-ups and for little boys.
Oh, is there? And you gonna play those games?
Yeah.
Okay. Charlie, when you were camping, did you sleep over at camping?
Yeah.
Yeah? Or did you come home?
We did a sleepover
You
at
did?
camping, and we didn't went home.
You didn't go home?
And Debbie missed me.
Who did?
Debbie?
Debbie?
Yeah.
Who's Debbie?
Her daddy is not so nice.
Debbie's not so nice?
No.
Who is Debbie? She grown up or kid?
Debbie is a grown up,
Oh.
and Debbie is a daycare.
Yeah? Oh, Debbie's a daycare?
Yeah.
I see.
And Debbie lives at daycare.
I see. Okay. Well, Charlie, I need you to wait here for me for just a minute, okay?
Okay.
And I'll be right back, all right?
With Brayden?
Well, I'll be back to finish with you and then I'll talk to Brayden. Okay?
Okay.
Can you wait here for me, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Golly, you, Charlie, are a big boy to wait for me. Thank you. Okay, so Charlie, when you guys came home from camping, who came home with you?
My dad
And?
and my mom stayed at Dinosaur National Park.
Your mom stayed there?
Yeah.
How do you know your mom stayed?
Because I was coming.
Because you were coming.
Yeah.
So your mom stayed at the park.
Yeah.
Where did she stay at the park?
She,
Do you know where?
She stayed at Dinosaur National Park.
Do you know where at the park? No?
No. My mom stayed where a crystals are.
Where what are?
Where a crystals are.
The crystals? Crystals?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Crystals?
Yeah.
Your mom stayed where the crystals are?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Crystals are things that grow in rocks that aren't colorful.
Okay.
They even have a crystal set that grows all crystals that live in Dinosaur National Park.
Oh, all the crystals live at Dinosaur National Park?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, come out for me, and I might need to talk to you again, okay, Charlie? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Will you come with me one more time? I have a couple more questions, and then you can come out. You're such a big boy. Thank you so much. Okay, back under the coconut tree. Okay. All right, Charlie. You told me that you went camping with your mom, your dad, and your little brother to Dinosaur National Park, right?
Yeah.
And you said that Mommy stayed at the park, right?
Yeah.
How come Mommy stayed?
Because it had so much pretty on where because it has so much pretty where a crystal grows.
It had so many pretty things where the crystals grow?
Yeah.
So why did Mommy stay?
Because there was flowers and crystals that was colorful.
That was what?
That was colorful.
Colorful?
Yeah.
Yeah? So did somebody say Mommy wanted to see them, or did you see Mommy say that? What did Mommy say?
I see Mommy said that.
What did Mommy say?
She said she wanted to stay.
Mommy said that?
Yeah.
And so she stayed where the crystals are?
Yeah. And at night, my mom said sleep where a flowers and a crystal glow.
Your mom was going to sleep where the flowers and the crystals glow?
No, grow.
Grow. Okay, so your mom was going to sleep where the flowers and the crystals grow?
Yeah.
Who told you that?
My mom.
Is that what she told you?
Yeah.
Did you see where the flowers and the crystals grow? Did you see that place?
Yeah.
What did it look like?
It looked like a whole bunch of red berries.
Red berries?
Yeah. That's what it looked like. flowers was round and was small, and there was has to open, and there was some berries that was blue, and there was a lot of them.
Lots of berries.
Yeah,
And this is when you were camping last night?
yeah,
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so Mommy said she wanted to stay?
yeah.
Yeah? Was Mommy happy or sad? Huh?
Happy.
She was happy?
Yeah.
Were you happy or were you sad?
Last night, I stayed and I was happy.
Where did you stay?
I stayed where there was no crystals and where there was lizards that wasn't poison or that didn't have anything bad on them.
And nothing bad on the lizards?
Yeah. And there was snakes. There was pythons that wasn't in the wild. And there was pythons that live at a dinosaur national park.
Okay.
And
Charlie, do you know why your mommy wanted to stay to see the crystals?
yeah,
Why?
'cause they were so pretty.
Because they're so pretty?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, come back out, Charlie.
On September 27, 2011, Charlie and Braden were temporarily placed with Susan's parents, Chuck and Judy Cox. On February 5, 2012, social worker Elizabeth Griffin arrives at Joshua Powell's house with Charlie and Braden for a supervised visit. Joshua then slammed the door on Elizabeth after his children were inside. She then called 911 and tried to get inside. Joshua Powell tried to take the lives of Charlie and Braden by using a hatchet. After he failed, he sets off an explosion, ending his children's lives and his own. A year later, on February 11th, Joshua's brother, Michael, believed by many to have helped Josh with Susan's disappearance, jumped off of a parking garage, taking any secrets to the grave. Susan's body has still not been found, and the deceased Joshua was never formally charged in the slaying.